Dear Internet Radio listeners, it's me, the Dove, from your Friendship Dairies Cottage Cheese Tub. Not everyone knows this, but my rich, creamy cottage cheese not only has a fresh new package, but you can also get it in 3 different sizes: 8 ounce, 16 ounce, and 24 ounce. Or, as I like to call them, snack size, bigger snack size, and lunch size. So next time you're in the dairy aisle, look for my new look and grab every size just to be safe. Friendship Dairies. Love, the Dove.
Christopher Media, the Toddzilla X-Pod.
I don't like shooing people away, but it's good practice sometimes. Some people like me, some people can't fucking stand me. I'm polarizing, I get that. But I think it's fair that I should come with a warning label. Then I should get that out there before you stumble into something thinking it's going to be something it's not.
The Toddzilla X-Pod on iTunes and ChristopherMedia.net. Christopher Media, let's make some noise.
We were talking about our crutches on the way over here, and I was talking about Rich. I was like, because he always said, know what I'm saying?
Know what I'm saying?
Know what I'm saying? So we just got into this on the way over here with Butters. Yes, I know what you are saying.
No need to keep asking.
So every time that he says...
Jamie from Trailer Park Boys.
Every time,
Know what I'm saying?
Every time he says... You know what I'm saying tonight.
Yeah.
We've got this queued up, and we're going to throw that back there. This is crutch therapy here on the
I know what you are saying.
See, here's the unfair thing. I know all of your verbal crutches. So
hey, we went over this. I talk like a Valley girl. All right.
And yours is at the end of the day.
Like,
at
and
the
you
end
know.
of the day. Why don't you just say in summation?
In summation.
In
conclusion.
In conclusion, boil it down to its basic ingredients. Yes, at the end of the day, actually, yeah, you do. You know what I'm saying?
Do you have any?
There you go.
Do you have any verbal?
We just did them all.
Yeah, a ton of them.
We've got 5 people in here tonight. This is going to be a lot of fun. Do you have any verbal crutches you're aware of?
A ton.
Yeah, you're going to be aware of a few more after tonight.
That's great. I look forward to it.
All right.
I enjoy mental
and we will
physical
never
abuse.
We will just run it into the ground until everybody's sick of it except for us. That's how it. That's how we show affection.
No, I understand. I'm part of the cynical crowd myself.
It's like I like Todd and I like Aaron, but they're just too man pretty to be sitting down there. There's just too much hotness coming off of this area over here.
We all hate everything,
Yeah.
so it all works out.
You want to talk about hotness? I mean, come on. I'm like burning up here, man.
It's the side boob.
Yeah, that's what I was getting.
The side hanger, I'm telling you, man, $5 you can fuck that.
I got a mini one, so
Yeah, well,
I'll fuck that. So
mine
good.
started
You're paying
mini
me
too.
$5.
yeah.
What? Huh?
What's happening?
Oh shit! What?
Oh, look at that. That's
You ever had this?
No.
You want to try it?
He's going to be fucked up
good.
because what
After a Pabst?
what we used to do
Yeah, sure. I'll
in
try it.
my old band is we would pour Bacardi shots of Bacardi Lyman
Thank
into
you.
Rolling Rock. This shit tastes delicious.
it smells
but after
fantastic.
3 of them, you're fucking like I'm saying. He goes through that 6-pack. He's going to be like out in the middle of the street out front, shirtless,
that's-
challenging anyone who drives by.
I'm going to do that
Hey!
again.
Who you eyeballing, fucker?
Yeah, punching a cop's horse.
Cops what?
Horse. We're near Canada. It could happen. I'm going to start the music
Okay.
while Aaron puts his headphones in.
Christopher Media, let's make some noise. From Asthma Core Studios near Detroit, Michigan, it's Unregimented.
Gangsters, what's up, guys?
Because we need to get this melee right underway. Like, tonight is Thunderdome night. It's unregimented. I don't even fucking know what number we're on anymore. I
27.
think. Well, okay, so this is going to be probably 29.
It could be 26. I don't fucking know. Wait, where are the
you're
other
just
3?
guessing. You said it was such authority.
I bullshit my way through life. That's
He
all
was
I do.
right, though. I'm Chris.
I am Rich,
This is Aaron.
Toddzilla.
And I'm Jay.
and apparently we are the Wu-Tang Clan of podcasting.
Yeah,
we need like 30 motherfuckers down
You've
here.
got a full house today.
Yes, but you might remember Jay. He was on the Weedsman
Yeah.
a couple shows ago when we had Scott Boyank on, and Jay came in, and we liked what he had to say, so we brought him back for Unregiment.
He's got a
the
Conan
cut of his
O'Brien
jib.
look.
I appreciate
Yes.
that.
You got a Conan
Conan
O'Brien.
O'Brien?
Yeah,
Louis
yeah.
C.K.
Yeah,
Louis C.K.
It gets me
Louis
later.
C.K. That's what
I was going to go
that's
with
what
the
I was
Louis
thinking.
C.K.
I got confused. Thanks for the
No,
correction there, side boob. Appreciate it.
You're
But I
welcome.
appreciate
Know what I'm
that you
saying?
went with the skinny guy first.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
you know,
It's all relative. Louis Skinny compared to me, you know, so.
Well, so where do we? First of all, there's 5 of us, but where do we even begin? It's been a couple of weeks since we've all been together. A lot of shit's happened.
I feel like we should have like a Family Feud buzzer. That way we can like regiment how we talk on Unregimented. Even though we got
That goes
tagged.
against the code.
We got tagged by Eminem. They're like, yeah, Unregimented comes out every Monday and Thursday. Pretty regimented for an unregimented show. And I'm like, okay, all right.
Pretty regimented. They think this is regimented?
They tagged us. I'm just saying.
That's about as regimented as we get.
If they knew about our prep, they'd agree with it.
We've gone everywhere from comic books and Batman to
Bloody pussy.
racism and the N-word.
Yeah.
How is that regimented?
Water sports without skis.
That's why we have such a following in Germany.
Water sports without skis.
Oh, no, that was the Weedsman.
We're thinking a different one.
Was it oh, yeah.
I've never
Well, I didn't
tripped
want to
so
get
hard on
specific
acid
and
that
do
I
the
pissed
full
in someone's
story.
mouth. But apparently it's possible, so...
Or did you and you don't remember?
That would be, I was so drunk I pissed in. Yeah, probably why I didn't get many callbacks in my early 20s, so... Why did she leave? She didn't even, wait for me to drive her home. No. I was so blackout drunk, probably pissed in her mouth during the blowjob.
Oh, shit. I'll be right back.
You were like a spud in Train Spotting. That's the worst.
Have you guys ever done that? Any of you?
Done what? Shit the bed?
Water sports?
Pee in the mouth during the blowjob.
No.
Yes. Have you... Go ahead, Aaron.
No.
No, it's
It's your
mental.
area of
Go back and
expertise.
listen to it on the Weedsman.
That's, yeah.
And he wasn't drunk, he was on acid.
Which is even
So it
weirder.
doesn't really count then. You still have to.
Oh, it only counts if you mean it?
No, if you're drunk.
I mean, it happened. It doesn't unhappen.
Oh, I thought you liked water sports. My bad.
Wow, after great start. And I'm the one who steered it here, so I'm getting everything I deserve.
Right off the bat.
Yeah, we won't do that. My fault.
Regimenting me already, are you? Right.
But yeah, I did actually mean to ask around to see if anybody had any subjects that they wanted to talk about, but I guess we'll just do that now.
Yeah, I got a bunch, but you guys go first. I've been accused of hijacking this podcast from time to time, so let you guys go.
Whatever, Steve Roy.
I did it when I was here last, so didn't even mean to.
Did he bitch about it?
No.
All right.
No.
People
Why do you point at me and say that shit? I never
was
bitched
you.
about it.
It's always you. It's your fault.
Yeah.
Why do
That's
people
your
get
fault.
people? We let people talk, and then they're like, "Well, I feel like I'm taking over." Rob did it on the last one. Like it's a talk show. We want you to talk. If we wrapped it all up in 15 minutes, the shit would suck. Be horrible.
Probably have more listeners due to the short attention span of people these days, though.
Yeah.
They were in and out in 15 minutes. That was great.
What were you talking about?
I have no idea.
Get a memory like a goldfish.
And we just began.
Should we start this over?
No,
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
Okay, so the subject. Here's something that irritated me, and you guys can tell me if I'm just jaded or if I'm on point. I was listening to NPR today, and I heard a story about, they're doing kind of a series on sexual assault on campus. Big issue. I mean, long-term issue. There's legislation, if you follow this, that was enacted last year that actually kind of sets some terms on how these things should be handled, that hopefully pushes things forward. But still, it's the statistic I saw was 1 in 5 women on campus have been sexually assaulted. 20% of women who attend colleges are sexually assaulted at some point. That is ridiculous. But the story that got to me was about this gentleman who, now this is unfortunate. I don't mean to make light of what happened to him, but he was raped by another man. They were both gay, and I don't know the specifics of what happened, but he was speaking out because he wanted them to change the language in the law so that it would include homosexual or same-sex rape as well. I mean, in the interest of inclusion...
It doesn't already?
What's it?
It doesn't already?
No.
Okay. I'm just because that just seems weird to me. Rape is rape.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Male, female, male on female, whatever. So I really, where is this now? Is this legislation? Because I don't ever want to fucking move there.
This is national. It's
Wait a minute, was this the story about the yes means yes on NPR?
no.
Okay.
Well,
Sorry.
that was part of the series that they
Okay.
did. Yeah, but that wasn't the same story.
Okay.
Their story today was about this guy who was protesting about the lack of homosexual language in the law. But it just seemed ridiculous to, I mean, sure, it happened to him, no doubt. Maybe it happens more often than we think, but nowhere near on the level that this happens to women. So why are we concerned about, we still haven't solved the issue of sexual assault on campus in general, and we're trying to nitpick this law apart based on trying to be as inclusive to everybody.
Yeah, he's saying, why specialize? Assault's assault, right? Is that what you're saying? Or
No, I'm saying why focus on this issue, this little part of the issue, when it's so minor compared to the major issue of sexual assault on campus in general?
Because it's that guy's pet cause.
Yeah.
It happened to him, and it means something to him.
But instead of him, like trying to push more legislature towards anti-sexual assault altogether, like as a whole, he's just fighting it for homosexuality.
Right.
I have a bit of legislation that they could pass and not even have to pass that, and it would reduce sexual assaults quite a bit, and that would be concealed carry on campuses.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would resolve a lot of issues. And that's a major issue going on right now as well, to where there's like so many... Go ahead.
No, I was just going to ask you to keep going, because I don't know what is the law on...
You are not allowed to carry a weapon in a school building, and in campuses, they can make it so that it is illegal to carry on campus. And it really is. You can't carry concealed on a campus. You can't openly carry it.
Regardless of whether you're a student or like visiting, or
doesn't matter. I have a concealed carry permit, and I work on college campuses, and I can't bring my firearm.
You have to leave it in your vehicle.
No,
or not bring it at all.
Right. I have to actually go.
Because you'd have to park on campus.
I have to go home and lock it up at home, and then go back to the campus. So.
That's you're a more responsible gun owner than I was, because when I went to Specs, they were like, at the job I worked, I was on call, and I had to have a sidearm. I was on call 24/7. And I had a carry in the line of duty permit, and I was like, look, if I get a call, I got to go.
Right.
And that's just all there is to it. And they were like, well, you can't bring it in here. Okay, well, it's in the trunk of my car, so.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Well,
you were, like, it depends on the campus's rules. If they say...
Like, what's that supposed to accomplish? If the guy's going to go up in the bell tower with the automatic rifle, he's going regardless whether or not, like...
Well, that's the problem with a lot of the gun laws is and I hate to use the cliche, but if you outlaw guns, only outlaws will have guns, blah, 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 blah. But it's true. And if criminals are they're cowards, like they're not going to attack a person that's like 6'7" and 300 pounds. It's very highly unlikely. They're going to attack the smaller frame person. And if you give them the, opportunity to carry a firearm, now you're going to reduce the chance, because all it takes is one shooting from, one self-defense shooting, and that's going to get the word around that area that, this college campus allows them to carry.
But that goes back to we had this discussion, months ago now, about a well-armed society is a polite society, and there was kind of a division in the opinion about it.
And I understand that too.
Yeah, I'm not sure I agree with that, but to quickly bring it back to the original point, I'm not saying that it wouldn't do anything to improve it, but in most of these cases, this is a girl getting drunk or being drugged. I mean, she's being taken advantage of in an instance where she cannot give consent.
I understand that. That's a totally different section.
That's most of the instances.
Yeah, coming back to your... Well, I mean, there are the on-campus...
What percentage?
What percentage?
I'd like to see the split between public attacks. No, I'd like to... If you're talking about sexual assaults on campus, and you're talking about allowing concealed carry on campus to prevent sexual assaults, I'd like to see the split of how many sexual assaults are committed after the woman's drugged or drunk or at a party or in a situation.
So this goes with what I wanted to know. What is assault in this study?
Or who's been attacked walking down the street going back to their quad.
Random crime versus
because you're not.
I understand
the concealed carry is not going to protect a woman if she's passed out, drunk, or has been drunk at a bar.
I absolutely agree, and she can't be carrying if she's inebriated.
Well, who's to say if she has a CCW?
The law says that.
Well. We just talked about the law a second ago not applying. There's not a breathalyzer on a Glock.
Yeah, but we are addressing this from the point of the law when we're talking about concealed carry. If we just want to talk about people arming themselves, that's a totally different thing. They can do that illegally in many different ways.
You're talking about amending
have
the
a
law.
Concealed carry while they're drunk, or they just have an illegal firearm.
Right. You're talking about amending the law, though, in response to sexual assaults on campus.
I guess what I'm really talking about is nitpicking laws that are, the law itself it really isn't doing that much. It's a baby step, and we're already nitpicking it apart. So that,
but this isn't someone who's nitpicking it apart, who's trying to shoot down the law. It seems like it's his pet cause.
Yeah.
So he's nitpicking it apart. But anyone who's opposed to this law for whatever reason, is gonna go, hey, well, there's our in right there. We can divide and conquer.
He just wants the legal verbiage in there that that it also applies to homosexuality. I mean,
okay, the stats on prison rape is somewhere around like 30 to 35% of people that go into prison.
Oh, those are horrible chances.
You asked me for stats, Todd.
Yeah.
I don't have them, and I will look more into it. So
I'm not trying to pivot the conversation too much.
I'm not either, but
I just want to see. I want to see some data that if you're. I'm still on the campus CCW thing. I'm not going back to the other. But I want to see some hard data as to how many attacks could be, just random attacks walking down the street where a CCW, if a girl was carrying one, would prevent her from being attacked or sexually assaulted.
I understand.
I would think that of all the numbers of sexual assaults that take place on college campuses, I would think, and I may be full of shit, I would think that a lot more have to do with alcohol and drugs.
I actually, and I agree with you.
So is that worth altering the law and allowing handguns onto a college campus that could be turned into something else?
Necessarily all about just sexual assaults.
Of course it's not. That's my point.
Right. It's
that's my overreaching point. It's good.
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to bring it back to here. So
No. Another thing is that's just what's reported, guys.
Right.
That's just what gets turned in on the stat sheet.
What else do we have to go on?
Okay, but it's the same thing as 20% of women are sexually assaulted during their college years. I'd probably say it's higher if you want. And how broad of a brush are we painting with about sexual assault?
Right.
Because drunk at a Halloween party, we've had this conversation. Halloween tends to bring even the good girls dress up naughty on Halloween. You know what I'm saying?
Aaron does. I've seen it.
And someone might get groped. Now that is technically assault.
Yes,
so
absolutely. And I think there's definitely a lot of cases of that not being reported. But also, I think culturally, we kind of set women up to blame themselves in the situation. Like, I shouldn't have put myself in that situation. Yeah, sure, you shouldn't have, but that doesn't mean you're to blame for what happens to you.
How can anyone ever look at a rape victim and go, "That's your fault"? I don't care if you're in prison for fucking murdering.
It happens.
You just changed the conversation, though.
Constantly.
Well, no.
Although in cases you wouldn't even think.
Yeah, it does.
Yes, I
mean,
no.
I understand it does. I understand it does as a legal maneuver for a defense attorney.
No. I'm talking about social stigma.
I'm sorry. Go with this because I'm at a loss here.
Can I suggest something? Let's make a distinction between sexual assault and rape, because groping a boob and flat out rape are two different things.
Yeah,
they're down the same road. And I'm not saying one's worse. Well, yeah, I am saying one's worse. That's exactly what I'm saying. Grabbing your boob, I just sexually assaulted you. Okay, I didn't rape you.
Aaron pulled away and looked kind of upset about it too. Don't touch my man boobs.
Let's kind of use the words properly. You just pivoted straight from sexual assault into rape. So let's keep things. Let's use the terminology specifically. I guess that's what I'm saying.
To me, it's the same thing, isn't it? It's the same thing on it. There's degrees of it, just like there's degrees of murder: first, second, third degree.
And then
there's degrees of sexual misconduct.
There's assault, and then there's murder. They're both violations on the human body, but there are different degrees and there are different classifications. Sexual assault is a different classification legally than rape is, and there's a reason for that. One is worse than the other. They are not the same thing.
No, I understand. Okay, I get you. Okay, I got you on that one.
If somebody said to you, when I was younger, I got drunk and groped a chick's boob that was passed out at a party. I was really drunk. You'd be like, "Dude, that's stupid, and you shouldn't do that." But you wouldn't think differently of that person.
You wouldn't be like, "Look, Kobe,
right.
Calm down."
If they said, "Hey, I raped somebody when I was 19," you'd be like,
"Oh, hey,
you'd be like, no, you know what? Hey, you should
maybe you should not come over anymore."
Yeah. hey, dude, no, that's cool. Come up behind my my garage and let me show you my shotgun collection real quick.
Let me show you something. I got something you want to see. Stick your dick right here.
But okay, so I want to get back to the concealed carry thing.
Me too.
So I'm not sure. I've gone back and forth on this personally.
How do we get to guns?
But I'm not sure.
The conservative over here.
Not me this time.
Watch it, man.
I'm not doing this time.
Libertarian.
I'm just trying to put.
Libertarian.
It's the same damn thing.
Oh, that's
it's the same. I was active.
It kind of is.
I was active, my friend. I was active in the Colorado state level Libertarian Party when I lived in Denver.
Well, I'm not that libertarian.
Yeah, very short period. They're douchebags. They are some pansy ass, pussyfooting douchebags. They have no conviction. They don't want to get out. They would not get out on the corner. This was 2006. Maybe they've changed. No. Go
ahead. No, I don't take offense to it.
They were the.
I'm just saying I more identify with the libertarians than
I did too.
with the Republicans or Democrats. When I hear Democrats, when I hear conservative, I think Republican right away.
Yeah,
And
but libertarians
Yeah.
are definitely conservatives.
very conservative.
They're much
yeah,
closer to
socially.
the original definition of conservative.
I would
which
say
is-
I'm more constitutionalist than I would be.
Well, there's a
anything else.
constitutionalist party. Constitutionalists,
Right,
You
but-
think you
yeah.
consider them constitutional fundamentalists? Then
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah,
That's a problem.
I lean more towards the anarchy side of the libertarian than I do towards the.
I did too. We would have got
Right.
along about 6 years
Yeah.
ago.
Well, fuck you right now.
Well,
Not now.
you're getting along now.
No, the
Pardon my
reason
language.
I got rid of them,
You.
or I got out of there, they had these business cards. I only went to like 3 or 4 meetings. They were like weekly things in Denver, and they were passing out these little business cards they had, and they were really nice. They had the flag and a little patriot guy with a gun, and it said the party of principle on the bottom of it,
Right.
which was their slogan. Maybe it still is. And so they were sitting and having these meetings and going over all these ideas that they had, and they kept having problems gaining press coverage. They were like, nobody will cover us. Nobody wants to talk to us. Nobody wants to really include us in the political process at all. And I sat there and I looked at it. I'm like, well, why don't you just go out and fucking jump at a street corner, create some sort of an event where people have to pay attention to you,
Right.
where news cameras have to come down, and then you get your message. You disseminate your message, any way you can.
Right.
Well, we don't want to make anybody mad. We don't really want to cause those kind of waves because it might reflect bad on us.
They didn't have enough conviction in those principles. The party of principle didn't have enough fucking conviction in their
right.
principles to go out, set up a soapbox, and talk about those principles on the street corners in Denver, Colorado. So how do you expect, if you don't take yourself seriously enough to do that, how do you expect anyone else to take you seriously enough? And what are you waiting for? Like an embossed fucking invitation from the establishment parties,
Well,
the
they-
Republican and Democratic establishment to come and join the party?
They
Don't
really
let you there.
thought. They really thought Ron Paul was going to pull them through, and
This wasn't even Ron Paul.
Oh
This
my
was-
God!
Who was the guy before
the
him?
Christ-like worship of Ron Paul.
Oh, it's
since
ridiculous,
about what
man.
2004, I would say.
Although he
started.
did get the legislation through to audit the Fed, which I'm kind of cool with that.
Where did that go?
It's there right now. It's in
It's
the
been
House.
done? Have they audited the Fed?
No, they're going to be.
Oh, okay.
It just went through like last week.
But no, I remember a lot of my friends. Ron Paul's going to save us. Ron Paul's going to save us, and I'm like, really?
You ever look at his foreign policy views and his social views?
Yeah.
They're batshit.
Yeah.
I would have. I like a lot of Rand Paul stuff. Believe it or not, I could vote for Rand Paul. I could.
I could be tempted to.
He is the one guy. I think I could vote for him before I could vote for Hillary Clinton.
He's in the Coe brothers' pocket. He's in the Coe brothers' pocket.
Cokes?
Cokes, whatever. Cokes, whatever you want to
Well,
call it.
name
I thought
give me
for
a
a minute,
politician who's
I
not
thought you were
in
saying
somebody's
the
pocket.
Cool Brothers.
Right.
I was like,
Who is it?
there's a Cool Brothers.
Name somebody who's not in a pocket.
I understand.
Elizabeth
but, like,
Warren
you
and maybe
pick-
Bernie Sanders, right?
But pick whose pocket you want them to be in. That's what I'm saying.
I'm going to be I'm going to vote for the I'm not voting pocket.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm just not going to do that.
Brewster's Millions. Who do you vote for? None of the above.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll go out and vote local, but when it comes to that stuff, who does like
It
Bernie
doesn't
Sanders
matter.
and Elizabeth Warren are the only two that you really have.
Well, Bernie Sanders is an independent. Am I correct?
He's a socialist, but yeah,
He's listed as an independent in the Senate.
he's just lists himself as an independent, but it's because he's a socialist. He had to get rid of the socialist. He used to be a socialist candidate. I think he used to have an S at some point. I may be full of shit on this. I seem to remember that though, but he had to switch to
We'll believe you for
independent,
now.
and then he caucuses with the Democrats because
Let the listeners
Well,
Google
because
it.
we made socialism a bad word.
Yeah. Well, see, you fucktard. I'm talking to you
What?
out there in unregimented land. You fucking conservative fucktards who have no concept of the distinction between socialism and communism. You are part of the problem.
Yes, sir.
You fucks. Stop that. Google. Wikipedia. It's your friend, fuckers. I'm Todd Zilla, and I approve this message.
Pay attention.
Sorry.
So-
Thanks for that.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Set me off on a tangent I didn't really want to go on.
I'm glad you blamed him, not me.
Anyway, where were we? We were talking about libertarianism. I'm sorry.
Concealed carry is what we tangenting off on.
Yeah, I'm not convinced that more concealed carry would reduce random violence.
I can
Like,
say. Go ahead.
no. You
I
go
can.
ahead.
I lived in Arizona for a year.
Yeah.
Arizona has the probably one of the most maybe outside of Utah one of the most liberal carry policies.
Yes,
in the
they
country. It's really weird because you walk into the Safeway or wherever you're going to buy like a loaf of bread at 11 o'clock in the morning, and you see some dude walking through the parking lot with a holster on his hip going into buy formula.
You haven't seen that here?
No.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
yet.
All the time.
Really?
All the time.
I haven't.
I moved out of Michigan 10 years ago.
Hold on.
so-
Time out.
I've had
Where do you
customers
live?
at Guitar Center that
Rep
were
Street.
carrying.
Really?
Roseville. Live right up the street.
And it's like that there?
Oh, yeah. You go to
Holy
Lowe's.
shit.
You go to Lowe's, man. There's dudes openly carrying there. You go into Best Buy. There's dudes openly carrying in there. You know, I go a lot of places. See,
Well, I just moved from the western suburbs, and it's you figured there would be a lot of that there, especially where I was, but
Yeah.
there wasn't.
no,
so
it's around here, and
Okay.
I'm really glad that I'm concealed. You know, I don't want people knowing I got a gun on me, and that ain't anybody's business but mine.
well, yeah, and also it's going to sound so bad from the gun guy, but no, you've already taken that mantle over.
I think he's the only one. You're the only one I think it's anti-gun, right?
I'm not anti-gun. I'm just.
He's trying to understand.
I'm not.
pro-gun.
I'm not convinced that that more guns equals less violence.
Right.
Well, I was getting at is I feel
agree.
I feel like
I know that's
pretty similar here. That's
a
kind of weird.
Yeah.
I know that's a reductionary statement to just
Yeah.
but
Well, the way I look at it, man, is I want the right to be able to concealed carry my gun. I took a class. I should have the right to carry it. If I want to carry it onto a college campus or something like that, I took a freaking class. If I have to take another class so that I can go on a college and I can get my, my little check mark on my concealed license, that's great. You know.
So as far as where you can and can't go with a concealed weapon, I mean that's really up to if it's a private property, like you're going into a store or something. Is that up to the store to
It is in
decide?
Chicago.
Yeah.
In Chicago.
Yeah,
it
here,
is.
yeah, definitely. Like Toys R Us,
Yeah.
you walk up, man. There's a sign that says no guns right on it.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And I turn right back around and go home.
Yeah.
And they're probably.
I'll
happy.
go to GameStop.
Not
really.
really.
They don't want guns in
I
there.
have 3 children, so
No, they're probably happy you're not bringing the gun into their establishment. They're not going to.
I agree with you. I understand their policy, and they have the right to be able to do that. They have that right, and I accept that. I'm not trying to fight for that because that's private property. That's owned
Right.
by an entity or a person. You have that right to deny me, to post that. Okay, I understand. I won't, I have the right not to shop at your establishment.
Exactly.
Or I have to remember the next time I come
That's
up
true
to Toys R Us.
libertarianism. That is true libertarianism, though.
Well, that's,
Really, and that's something that I actually I agree. You missed me. Actually, it's something I agree with.
right.
At the end of the day, I know what you're talking about. Though.
Like
you know what I'm saying?
if you said to me, if I came over here and I had a gun on me, which I don't,
Right.
I'm drinking. That'll tell you right away I don't have my gun on me.
Yeah.
yeah, that's a big no.
Yeah. If you were to say, hey, I understand, Jay, that you are carrying a firearm. I don't like it in my house. I would be okay, man. I'll be right back, and I would respect you and your rights to your property. Go home, put it in my property, and then come back.
The thing I was going to say about Arizona.
Come back. To
It
that.
comes back.
Okay.
I'll make this really quick.
Go ahead.
You said that drinking and guns don't mix, right?
Absolutely
Well, in Arizona, they do.
Yeah.
You carry. You can open carry. You can conceal carry. You can take your firearm into the bar at 1:30 after drinking a gallon of Jack Daniels, and God help you.
Well, by law, as long as you're not legally intoxicated.
By law.
I'm just saying.
What does that do? I mean, you can
It's the
still
same
haul
thing.
it in there.
The same thing with I lived 5 minutes from downtown. I lived off
lived in
Camelback
Tucson
and
for a year,
Phoenix.
so,
okay, and I'm
yeah.
walking down the street with a beer in my hand, and that's perfectly fine.
What's that got
And
to do with a gun?
The guy next to me is walking with a fucking 45 and a shoulder holster and a beer in his hand, and it was perfectly fine.
Yeah.
The cops didn't even
So
give us a
alcohol and
second
guns
fucking
don't.
look.
Alcohol and guns. That's what I'm saying. It's a little fucking creepy out there when you guys are talking that if you're drinking and you have a gun, you don't drink with your gun.
No shit.
But out in Arizona, you
Responsible-
can hop in your fucking car
You can.
drinking and walk into a bar.
You can, but you're a fucking douchebag if you do.
Thank you, sir.
Fair enough,
Thank you.
but that's not the culture.
That's to me that's
not the
ridiculous.
out there. That's not the culture. I'm just expressing my
Yeah,
right as a
yeah.
free drinking, free willing American. I got my gun
yeah.
and my PBR.
My opinion on that is
So-
you conceal
Well,
because
that-
you know what? It's offensive to some people. Conceal your gun.
You
And
think
do
it's
not-
just a conceal issue rather than carrying while drinking?
I
You
was
can
get-
drive. You can't
I
drive a
was
car,
coming
but you can
around to
carry a
that.
gun.
I was coming around to that because carrying a firearm is one of the most responsible things you have to do. Like if you're carrying, you need to be the most responsible human being you can possibly be. That means no drinking, no drugs.
I'm sorry. I part of me, this liberal half of me, of the people that I've run into and the conversations that I've had with people, I don't trust people to be that person.
Okay.
I get
You know
where
what I
you're
mean?
coming from because you
Yeah.
know what? Like I said, I see guys openly carrying in Lowe's, and I said I'm really happy that I'm concealed carry because that guy's got a gun, and that means his gun is seen, and it's a target.
Right. So if some
that's a
maniac
danger
did
to
come
me.
in there and want to shoot up Lowe's for
Yeah.
some random reason, he's going to shoot that guy first.
No, he's going to grab his gun.
Yeah,
What if
right,
there's
yeah.
somebody that's like, oh, I don't have a gun on me. Oh, look at that guy. Oh, I'll take his. Boom, you're dead, and then boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
Well, also, I've kind of learned over the years, just through personal experience, and this is just my experience, is that most of my friends who have a concealed carry permit take it much more responsibly because we're an open carry state.
Right.
You can carry open as long as the gun's legal.
Yeah.
Most of my friends that do that are douchebags, would be the right, because they're like, ooh, look at me, I have a gun.
I'm cool.
Yeah. And it's like,
not
are you
cool
fucking
to carry
serious?
a fucking gun. It's not cool. It's not cool
Yeah.
to carry a gun. It's not a freaking accessory. It's not
It's
a
not
belt.
a fucking
Right.
iPhone. It's
Right.
not a
Right.
fucking
Right.
Android.
You know what
It's
it's
not
become?
that. Yeah.
It's become like wearing an American flag bandana or having an American flag in the back of your pickup truck. It's been like some sort of a declaration of your American right, that this is what I can do because I'm an American. This is my Second Amendment right. So here, I'm going to stand up and I'm going to flaunt this. I think a lot of those.
You know what, though, man? You know what? The way I look at it is I might not agree with it, but that is his right. And I don't agree with it. but
That's the dude. I'm actually.
that's
I'm,
his right.
I'm commenting on the douchebag part.
I understand.
You know what I mean? This is. I don't know. I don't know.
And I know where you're
It's-
coming
it's-
from.
It's like
as far
freedom of
as-
speech. Freedom of speech, if it's absolute, that means you have to fight for speech that you
trying
dislike
to
as
tell us
much
to
as
shut
speech
up?
that you like.
You're like,
Right,
shut
but
up.
then that's fine. But quit framing it as some sort of I'm protecting the homeland from terrorists while I go buy a fucking plunger at Lowe's.
So you put your fucking shirt over top of it. I don't want to see it.
Fair enough, yeah,
I don't
exactly,
want to
yeah.
fucking see it because if you have your openly carrying, you are a target. Do I want to take your right away for that? No, I don't. But
Yeah.
think about it. Use your head. It's not a freaking accessory.
You know, the biggest detriment is not the right word. The biggest problem that I've had, and Chris and I have been in a lot of these gun conversations online with a few different people. And the biggest problem that I have, and I admit that I'm right in the middle of this. I could go either way on this gun issue thing. I actually lean toward, the Second Amendment. I think people should have the right to carry in this country. But the biggest problem that I have, and the one reason that I would go and if I were to caucus, I would caucus with the hard left on this, are the ridiculous fucking arguments you get from gun nuts. That, well, you know what, if it's because guns kill people, why ain't we getting rid of cars? Because cars kill people every fucking day.
Forks kill people. It makes you
Exactly.
fat and get diabetes.
Shut the fuck up.
Diabetes.
I agree with you.
If that's the argument you're going to make, you are not smart enough. You're not qualified. You are intellectually inferior enough not that you should not be permitted to get within 50
I'll
yards of a
take an
gun.
IQ test to carry a gun.
Yeah.
You know what's scary, Todd?
cool
I
with that.
don't even think
Right.
I don't think it's intellectual inferiority. I think they're intellectually dishonest.
So
It's parroting.
I
They're-
think this
they're-
is where I said
Yeah.
is not that I have a problem with the people out there who do have a concealed carry or even an open carry, even if they are a douchebag. I don't have a problem with that per se.
If Bobby McClanahan ever listens to this, I'm getting shot. That's just that's radio for two
It's
right
the
there.
idea of the people who say, "Well, we need to get more people armed," right? I mean, I'm sure you could. In your life, there's people that that you would say, okay, that person I think
Hell no.
is responsible, and that person, no way. I
agree.
I would not want to be in the same room with them if they were armed.
I agree. No, I totally agree with that. Do I
And
think
so-
you should take an IQ test? And do I think you should take classes to be able to carry a firearm concealed or unconcealed?
I want some sort of a psychological test. I want to
I
make
agree.
sure that you're
We've
not
talked
fucking
about that.
shit. That you're not just some fucking nut job who's going to get pissed off at his girlfriend or get pissed off at you because I rubbed your nipple wrong or something like that, and you're going to pull a gun out all of a sudden when you're drunk and want to kill me.
Do you feel that way about the purchase of the gun or the actual being able to carry?
I feel that way
the
about the purchase
Both.
of the gun.
Actually,
I
yes.
agree with you.
Both.
No,
Yes.
I do too.
All of the above.
I agree.
I mean, but if you're going to be able to purchase a gun, I'm going to make the assumption you're going to carry it at some point.
You're going to try to, at least.
yeah. Well,
I'm
I
just
mean,
going to hold it.
you-
I don't know. I don't think that you should be able to have it in your house because then you're opening that line up. Well, is it going to something electronic on your hip? When you stick it in your belt line, going to activate the gun when you leave the house.
They're
You don't
actually
need that.
they have actually
I know,
developed
but, and the
biometrics for your.
and the NRA
firearm.
does
Oh
what
yeah,
with
if
it?
you're
Yeah,
The NRA hates it. The
Right.
NRA wants to.
Which to me,
End it.
I'm cool with that. I mean, I'm all right with that.
The psychological testing, I think, should be in place not only to buy a gun but to possess a gun.
But I think part of the NRA's problem, though, if you want to bring them up, is that
Well, they have to be part of the conversation at some point.
yeah, they they're so deathly afraid of giving an inch because they're afraid that everyone's going to take a mile on it, right? So everything becomes extreme. That's what you're talking about. Like,
they are the
simple,
lobbyists for guns.
The idea of keeping your gun locked up properly is offensive to them because what's next? What's next? Then I can't even take it out of the house.
You're taking the NRA too seriously. The NRA is a lobby for it's a lobby for gun manufacturers. Their one job, their one purpose on this planet is to increase gun sales. So they're going to tell everybody that the liberals and Obama's coming after your firearms. You better get down to your local gun shop and buy yourself some fucking guns before they're taken away from you. And by the way, they're cutting off ammunition supplies. The NSA's buying up all the guns and the ammunition and the bullets out there in California. Hey, you better go get them now. And they do this shit and fucking sales skyrocket.
Yeah.
That's the whole fucking purpose of the NRA.
That is what the ammunition shortage was the crazy ass bastard.
Yes. On the right.
Oh my God, Obama's buying them. Homeland Security fought 1 billion rounds or 1 trillion rounds of 40 caliber.
What does the IRS need with guns? Why are they buying rounds? And why are they?
Yeah, and then they come up with the statistics that there is a shortage, right? But it's because these batshit fucktards who are out running around in the fucking in the woods
and
shooting woodchucks.
I don't appreciate that because now I got to spend $20 to go shoot 50 rounds.
Ain't that a bitch?
But they're the ones that are actually running off, buying all the ammunition up out of fear because the NRA put forth this bullshit narrative that the government's taking this shit away, and so they have something else to feed on. They've got more statistics. The NRA has more statistics so they can mislead people with and disseminate.
Who's to say? I mean, conspiracy theory. Ding, 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 ding.
No. Lather up in that butter.
Yeah.
Lather it up.
Who's to say the NRA didn't purchase enough rounds to cause that shortage?
Exactly.
I mean,
guys, you know
that's not official anywhere. I don't know. It's just
who the NRA reminds me of? The Doctors Association that says eating Subway is healthy for you. You know who the Doctors Association is at Subway? Subway franchise owners that got together and started it.
Yeah, they're Subway.
The people who own it.
They're going to be oil lobbyists. They really do. They're masters at spinning propaganda of why it is that you should be attached to some sort of agenda tit.
We live in the world or the
country golden age of propaganda.
Yeah,
I've said this 100 times. It is the golden age. Look at you guys.
You watch a lot of TV. I mean, how much product placement do you see?
That's average.
It's ridiculous though. But then I got to watch freaking 30 minutes of advertisement during.
It's not the advertising. The advertising is not the problem. The problem, if you're going to get into the propaganda conversation, if you want to go back to this, I'm more than happy. I can go for 5 hours
talk
on
about
this.
But if we want to stay on Aaron's track, we can come.
Oh, this is unregimented.
It's called unregimented, sir.
Now the propaganda.
Not mine anymore.
As my coworker said, you guys are off.
It's greater than us now.
You guys are off your rocker on that show.
It's called ADD Central.
Marketing and propaganda are two different things. Advertising and propaganda are two different things.
You think so?
Huh?
You think so?
Absolutely.
Propaganda
is political. Propaganda is
this country.
Yeah, but you're selling an idea either way.
Todd, I think you guys are on the same page here. I think he's saying it. They're one and the same now.
No, you have to make a distinction, though. You do have to make a dismission between advertising and propaganda. Propaganda is news based. Propaganda is agenda based. Propaganda is political based. And where I say it's the golden age, it is the golden age of advertising as well. I'll grant that. But
fucking titanium age.
But the propaganda,
adamantium.
Where do you tell me? I'll give you a good example. I'll let you answer my question for me. Give me one impartial, unbiased news source that you can go to today.
Not one.
Exactly. That's why it's the golden age of propaganda. Yeah, every single outlet has a spin. Every single outlet.
I call it newsertainment. I don't even call it news.
Exactly.
Infotainment's been around forever.
Yeah, watching, but it's not information. It's just
propaganda.
Can I throw an example out at you?
That's propaganda.
So Huffington Post is a website that millions of people go to for their news, right?
Quote unquote news. That's what I saw your finger. the webcast
in air quotes.
And so I do check it out every once in a while just to be astounded. And this headline was couple who allegedly had sex on murdered bodies couldn't get off. Right.
That's news.
So this is actually like an old story about this murder that happened. That it was like these group of friends, and they decided that I guess these other two guys were not quite part of the group because they ended up killing them. They all agreed that that's what they were going to do. And after two of the killers left, the other two who were a couple decided to, and this all came out during the trial of it, they decided to have sex. And it was like, well, we've got these dead bodies here. Let's try having sex on the bodies, and it didn't work out so much.
On
and it
the
was
bodies
like,
or with the bodies?
They ended up having sex next to the bodies, I guess.
Did they fuck the bodies, Aaron?
No,
That's what we're trying to decide.
It's pretty nasty, man.
So,
The world's worst orgy?
I don't know.
Or best, depending on. You know.
Wow, honey, you're really moving a lot. Oh, that isn't me. Oh,
Dead bitches don't say no.
I don't remember
You know,
this type
like-
of friction the last time.
but the difference here is that, you know, the Huffington Post didn't cover the story of the murder when it originally happened months ago. But when it came out at trial that they experimented, like, you want to try it? And it turned out, not so much on the dead
bleeds,
bodies.
it leads, man. If it bleeds, it leads. That's
So the body count isn't even enough
No.
anymore. It's like they had sex near the body count.
That's one of their that was one of their headlining stories for their crime section.
now the advertisement in that was it KY jelly and curling irons? I mean,
wait, hold on. I got the KY. Why the curling irons?
Well, you know, you put the KY in the curling iron, you heat it up before
Oh,
you get
okay.
in there.
No.
This is
Can I just say
I'm
it too?
scared of him now. He owns guns, and he knows what to do with a dead body. Apparently, so I'm like,
Well, you know, if you're going to use
Chris,
it that way, you got to
hold
warm
me.
the shit
Hold
up.
me.
Am I the only one that wants to see what this freak looks like?
oh,
do you?
Oh,
like
come
we
on
should
now.
we could share.
They
we
look
could,
like
we
each
should
other.
Tweet out his photo, don't they?
you might as well just masturbate if that's what you're fucking.
They
In a
both
mirror,
look like
right?
a couple of squish faces.
It's like, oh,
You got a little compact mirror right there so you can see yourself.
like, oh, me. Let me get the underside. Let me hit it from the back.
She ain't that bad. She looked good with a dick in her mouth.
He
Not
would
that
look
greasy
good
ass
with a
hair.
dick in his mouth at
Look at
this
that
point for
greasy
me.
ass hair. You would
She
want
would
to see
be
that. She probably got
passable if
friggin'
I was
blazed.
drunk and didn't know that she
Oh,
was
I mean,
a
that's the
murderer.
mugshot. How long has she been in custody?
wait a minute.
You
Hold on a
know?
second.
I mean,
If she's
we don't
down
know
to-
how long it's been since her last
If
shower.
she's
Hey.
down to fuck next to a couple
minute.
corpses,
She looks like
she's
that all
down
the
for
time.
everything.
Yeah.
So that's my type of
Also,
woman right
yes,
there.
it's just her mugshot.
I'm married, so I refuse to answer. You know, say
You know-
anything further about that.
The mugshot is also what she's going to look like the next morning. So,
Yeah.
Morning, bitch, you gotta go. You're a night fighter. And when the light comes on, you gotta go.
You're
You know what I'm
gnawing your
saying?
arm
is that
off
the
to get
rule
out
at
from
Rich's
either.
place? Murderers don't spend the night.
I'm trying to statute of limitations. It never runs out on that, so I have no comment.
And here's another thing that bugs me about the news. I think I'm trying to remember. I want to say it was Newsweek, but I might be wrong. Who is it that had the headline, or not the headline? It had the cover that said "Ebola is here" on this wall, written in
That
blood. Did
sounds
you
like
see
a
that?
Time magazine. I
Oh,
had
no,
not seen
it was Newsweek because Bill Maher had it on his.
Oh, of course, Bill
Right?
had it.
Yeah.
The Ebola is here.
What are you bitches talking about?
Yep.
We just switched to Ebola.
Oh, shit! I had that in my thing.
Glad you want to join the party, Mr. Helper.
No, but okay, so there's one case in the U.S. of Ebola
In Dallas, yeah.
that the guy's probably. I mean, honestly, he's got a 50-50 chance. Okay, that's horrible. I would hate to be
He came
an
into
issue.
guy's
contact with
irrelevant.
children. He
That
came
guy's-
into
Oh my God.
contact with children.
Yes.
Give
Okay.
him a
Oh,
gun.
no.
Give him a freaking gun.
So-
He'll kill that
An
Ebola like a
Ebola-sized gun.
motherfucker, man.
That's the thing. Like
Nanotechnology.
That is the leading headline. I mean, on BBC and on NPR's website, that was a leading headline about this Ebola patient who's in Dallas. Meanwhile, down at the bottom of the page, if you want to look at world events, there's the actual death of children in Syria, from a bombing that, I don't know if it hit the wrong target or the right target.
Oh, it was one of our immaculate, never miss drones.
Right.
Yeah.
It probably didn't miss, with like the whole conspiracy thing on that behind it. Probably what they'll probably spin that as saying, oh, they were using them as human shields.
Right.
That's the spin.
They didn't
But yeah,
need
that's
to, they
not.
didn't
I
need
mean,
to spin in Iraq.
the actual death of children gets pushed way down on the page because it happened to people of a different color and a different continent. And the headline in our nation is, "Oh my God, he touched a kid."
Yeah.
He
not in the
might
Michael
have
Jackson
given
way.
that. He might have given that kid. That sounds-
Can we isolate that? No, you got a music bed going.
Allegedly.
God damn it.
Allegedly.
Yes,
I'll
yes.
pull it out. I'll pull it out.
The King of Pop never
First time
got
he's
caught
ever
balls
said
deep.
that.
Yeah.
You know what? I got in a conversation. You know what? You guys said it. It's unregimented. We're off the rails. Well, I got in a discussion over the weekend. Who was the bigger shitbag?
Who?
Michael Jackson for fucking the kids, or the parents who sent the kids over to the house knowing what was going on? Like, take one for the team a couple more times, Billy, and we'll get a big check. I think they're the bigger shitbag than Michael Jackson because they could have stopped it.
If Michael Jackson
They
wasn't
sent the
fucking
kid
little kids,
over
the
into
kids
the-
never would have been there. If Michael Jackson wasn't a kid fucker, they wouldn't have sent their kids there to get the big check. So the bigger
Exactly.
shitbag, you have to take it down to the bottom. The end of the root. The end of the root is Michael Jackson's pedophiliac dick.
Yep.
I don't know.
Follow the money, but follow the money too. Yeah, but he was enabled.
If she hears
he was
that-
I think
enabled,
at a
too.
certain point, though-
like put his ass in fucking jail, man.
Like,
They
if you
tried.
found two,
Kill that motherfucker. They did.
No, no, you ain't got to kill him. Put him on the main line in Jackson.
There you
See
go.
how long he lasts.
There you go.
No, I mean, if you found a 7-pound bag of shit and a 10-pound bag of shit, would you even quantify? Would you even try and figure out which one was the bigger one,
rather
or would
they're
you
both
just
bags of shit.
or would you just get rid of both
Well,
of
hold
them?
on. Last time Todd was in town,
Like-
this makes sense. Would you rather take 5 to the chest and bleed out, or 1 to the head? Do I have a choice in the matter? Like, is neither a choice? What are we
We're
looking
going
at?
back to Ebola. I have something.
Yeah, no, I do want to come back to that because
There's one person here who has who's been diagnosed with Ebola, right? And it's in Dallas, Texas.
one person
Hasn't
in the
been
U.S.
confirmed that it's been spread anywhere. He took a plane over here. Apparently, he didn't stick his tongue down anybody's throat or up their ass. So the
He's sticking tongues
feasibility.
up asses.
Yeah.
Send them my way.
Can we just all keep in mind that Ebola is
It's not airborne.
It's not
It ain't
airborne.
gay if you
Okay.
can't see it.
Yeah,
It's like prison. Being on top ain't gay.
Again, going back to this conspiracy shit that you see on the right, the conspiracy nuts on the right think it is airborne, and the government's just not telling us. Oh, they want to conceal it from us because it's bigger than It's,
Oh, no,
it's like
dude,
the vaccine shit. It's all this tinfoil crap that originates on the right.
I wish I could read the Facebook post that one friend of mine is posting about this outbreak in Dallas. Outbreak.
Yeah.
It's not an outbreak. It's a case. That's how he puts it.
It's
And he,
coming for me.
He's like, I look at my 1-year-old daughter and I realize she has no future to go into.
What?
And I weep for her. And I'm like,
Take that guy's guns away from him.
oh boy. And he's a card carrying libertarian.
You take that guy's guns away from him.
and he used to live in Tucson, so he's probably got a bunch
Forget
of them
about what's
still.
happening in Dallas. Forget about what's happening in Africa. Just look up. You want to see what your kid's facing? Look at the quality of the air that they're going to breathe. Okay.
Hey, that's a hoax. That's a hoax.
Yeah, this is something I want to.
Fucking, I was on a plane Sunday night coming out of Atlanta. There's a fucking bitch who rode the plane with the mask on like she's Michael Jackson.
Yeah, I did see that when
was
I went
she
to
Asian?
Florida last time.
Was she Asian?
No, it was a white bitch. It's some
really?
fucking.
She wasn't Persian?
Is an elderly white woman.
Well, I know Asian was probably kind of a racist guy.
No. Todd likes. I like Persian women. We're like, no one calls themselves Persian, dude. That's a rug. Yes, you lay a woman and a rug, but they're not the same thing.
Ebola suits.
Well, you might not be able to differentiate.
Yeah.
Give a Persian rug burn on her back. There you go, Todd. That's all you, bro.
She have
On a Persian rug, give a Persian rug burn on her back on a Persian rug.
only if she has a Persian cat on her face.
Oh shit! This is getting into like some Bob Dylan lyrics type stuff.
But in her crotch.
That's too deep. I got to
I'm a
go.
Persianophile.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I want to find this quote because this was right after
Oh, you ain't
the.
going to ask about that. I thought
the
you wanted a
Obama-
cigarette.
No, I just
you
want
just
I
grabbed
want
his
a light.
lighter, and that's cool.
You don't rub another man's rhubarb.
But
I don't know
I'll
you that
take
well.
one
Just be over here like, yeah, just grabbing shit. Be like, yeah, how's that? Eminent domain, motherfucker.
Look at this shit. This is what. These,
Oh, shit.
Manifest destiny.
I'm
Yeah, I know.
drinking. Shit.
These guys sell this shit.
You see the thumb go under and everything? I was like, oh, shit.
Facebook.
Oops.
What is that?
They sell guns. They sell military equipment. They sell all sorts of like tactical shit, and they use stuff like this Ebola scare
What website
to
is that?
sell like
Is that Facebook?
military like grade equipment to protect
Is that Harry's?
yourself.
Is that Harry's Army Navy over on?
This is that slithering fascism shit that I was talking about.
So
in the
it's
last-
not even protecting yourself from the disease. It's protecting yourself from the diseased.
Yes.
No, it's
Like-
protecting yourself from the government
Playing the
when they
sickness?
crack down on you and start to come for your freedoms because of Ebola.
Well, you,
Ebola's
you don't have a
Ebola's the
bug out bag?
premise.
You don't have a bug out bag, man? Come on, you got to have a bug out bag.
I live in a bug out bag.
Hey man,
are we shutting
what,
down
a
or something?
bug out bag? Really? That's like from the movie Heat. Never have anything in your life you can't walk away from in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
There you go.
You know, that's a bug out bag.
Yeah, it's like this one.
Yeah, I
second
was waiting
Ebola,
for it. I was like, who's gonna do it?
Second Ebola case suspected in the U.S. Educate yourself, folks, and be ready.
Like,
For what?
Do we even want to bother?
Is this a savage nation? This is the savage nation.
Do we want to bother going to the list of things that are more likely to kill you than Ebola? Starting with
Everything.
the flu.
Yeah, right.
You are more likely to die from the flu than Ebola at this point.
Who has
and
children
for the
here?
foreseeable future.
Who has children in this room?
I do.
Are your kids vaccinated?
Yes.
At what age?
At the appropriate age. What do you mean?
Well, no. Did you wait to have them vaccinated or right away?
Yeah, no. The doctor gave us here's the schedule of the vaccinations they should have and when they should have them, and we followed it to the T.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why?
No, okay. Yeah. I'm interested.
No, I'm kind of curious. Like,
You have kids, right?
Yeah, I have 3 kids.
Did you vaccinate?
Not until they're 5.
Why?
A lot of shit that I read, just trying to
where?
educate
Where'd you
myself.
get it from?
Okay, hold on, real quick. And so, in other words, so they had to go to school and they had to show their vaccination papers.
Absolutely.
That's when my daughter was vaccinated.
Yeah, absolutely. I vaccinated for school.
And it's not like when I didn't have Facebook Messenger and everyone else did. It's just I hadn't been forced to get it yet. It was just, I never was like, it's not that big of a deal.
No, it's not that big of a deal. And I didn't see that big of a deal.
Well, they probably weren't around other kids a lot until that.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know where the hell I was going with that.
Well, no, but
Lost
no,
train of thought.
because you brought up the one we just posted Monday. You brought up flu shots.
Oh,
Yeah.
things that kill you. Yeah.
Okay, so where were you going with that? Because that really interests me. Because I remember when my mom was going through chemo and stuff and radiation, they said, "Do not get a flu shot."
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, wait a minute.
Because
the vaccination is just a weakened
version of the flu.
And if your immune system is already weakened, then you shouldn't introduce any of that into your system. That makes sense. I was talking about the nurse who was required to have a flu shot and refused to, and then was forced to wear a mask. That was their option.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Wear a mask at work or get the flu shot. It's her right to
choose.
Yeah,
it's the employer's right to impose those rules.
Absolutely. So I think that's a good compromise. Actually,
I do too.
They offered the employee a solution. Mm-hmm. It might not have been the best one, but
that's a fair employer, actually.
Yeah.
In my book, and that's fair. Not like don't come to work if you don't have a flu shot.
Yeah, exactly.
At least they respected her rights.
But I've never had a flu shot myself.
I know.
I
won't get one.
I won't get one.
Yeah, I haven't had one.
I don't believe that they have any effect because we're not keeping ahead of the virus.
Yeah, which strain of flu do you get a shot against?
Yeah.
It's like
you're going to give them to me. The flu mutates at all whatsoever.
Right. So they give you this cocktail from last year, and you're like, great, I got the Tickle Me Elmo flu.
Right. And it's fucking Barney this year.
Meanwhile, the Hong Kong Fluey is the one that's kicking everybody's ass.
Did you say Hong Kong Fluey?
Yes.
God, I want to come over there and just give you the biggest high five for that reference. It's fucking awesome. The Hong Kong Fluey.
Hong Kong Fluey. That's going to be a catchphrase now.
Yeah, I love that.
I have my
moments. We had bird flu. We had every other kind of flu. Now we need Hong Kong
Fluey.
Come on, CDC. Let's get a little bit more creative with our name.
In fact, you know what? Let's start a campaign here at ChristopherMedia.net and the Ed Regimented Podcast. Please send your request for Hong Kong Fluey to Chris at ChristopherMedia.net.
And we will
get that on the ballot this fall.
That could actually be the name of whatever virus comes out of Asia next, because there's going to be another one.
It was
bird flu last time. That would be Hong Kong Fluey.
Can you lobby the CDC for a name for the flu?
You become powerful enough. We now have a 5-man panel here at the Unregimented Podcast, ChristopherMedia.net. I think we are powerful enough now.
And require all broadcasters to hit the gong after they say it.
Nobody's listening to those fuckers anyway. We have more listeners than the broadcasters.
We could put a petition into the White House, and as long as we get 100,000 signatures online, the White House has to address it.
Unregimented Nation, you have a mission. Do you have any dramatic music? I want to.
No, but
pull up the Braveheart soundtrack.
He's got the Hong Kong Fluey theme.
We have a message or a mission for Unregimented Nation now. Petition the White House for Hong Kong Fluey.
And stop listening to fucking Savage Nation. Oh,
okay.
Sorry.
That actually should be on the ballot as well. Savage Nation. I don't even know what that is.
Michael Savage, right?
Oh, the gay guy?
No,
absolutely. Did he get caught tapping?
He might have.
Michael Savage,
like with his wide stance. No, that was a congressman.
That was a congressman.
No, I have a wide stance when I shit.
Savage Nation is a gay-based column.
No, that's Dan Savage.
Dan Savage. That's what I was thinking of.
Completely
I don't know who Michael Savage is.
God, I hope Michael Savage hears you, man.
Michael Savage needs to hear what I just said, that I confused him with Dan Savage.
Yeah, because Dan Savage will tell you what Santorium really means. So, or Santorum.
Santorum,
yes. Yeah.
Santorum.
A frothy mix.
Yes. You just wipe
It's a
off on the
frothy- that's how
buttocks
it's-
as you pull out. Yes.
I call him Frothy Mix Santorum because the first line of the definition of a Santorum is a frothy mix of lube and feces.
Yeah.
You learn something new every day.
Oh,
so
stick
glad
around
they
for a
caught
while,
it.
sir. You're going to learn a whole lot of shit.
No, I like
This is the tame
great.
part.
This is great. Bring it.
Wait till after she goes to bed.
Hey guys, thanks for listening, thanks for clicking, thanks for liking, thanks for sharing, thanks for subscribing for free by clicking through the iTunes banner on ChristopherMedia.net. Thank you for telling a friend. I probably already said that, but that's how important it is because that's how podcasts work, man. It's the days of pirate radio, sorta, kinda. Just please tell somebody. We drop every Monday and Thursday. Check out all of the other shows on ChristopherMedia.net. Make sure you're checking out The Weedsman, you're checking out Eminem, you are checking out Mr. Toddzilla. We got a couple new shows kicking around too. A lot of people are starting to notice what we're doing. They want to get involved, so big things might be happening. So stay tuned. Thanks for listening, and we will catch you next time.
If you enjoy this show and want more people to know about it, head on over to iTunes, leave a comment, and rate it 5 stars. Make sure you like and share us on Facebook, and don't forget to follow us on Twitter. Just search for Christopher Media. Thank you in advance for supporting Christopher Media by clicking on the PayPal button and by clicking through to all the sponsors who support ChristopherMedia.net. Most importantly, we would like to take the time to extend an extra special thanks to you. Christopher Media could not exist without your support. Thank you for visiting ChristopherMedia.net, and thank you for listening